Okay, I'm going to work this slab jasper. I think I got it from my friend Dave. Yeah, it looks heat treated. I took a little chunk off here. In a perfect world, I'd probably cut it diagonally so I can make two arrowheads out of it. But yeah, I'm gonna whittle it down to make one arrowhead only. Okay. Yeah, if I had a lapidary saw, I could cut it diagonally and I could probably make two arrowheads out of it. Let's see. But I don't have one of those saws, so here we go. I don't know if they call them lapidary saws, just a stone saw. Some kind of fancy jasper. Looks pretty cool. Very vivid colors. I got to be careful with this one. I can't be joking around. Slabs are always a challenge. They could snap at any time in a weak spot because the ends are thick. Relatively speaking. For those of you that don't know, when the ends are thick, these ends, it can snap in the middle more easily than if the middle is thicker than the ends. It's just a physics thing. You know, if you're hitting on the slabs, you want to try to preserve as much of it as you can. And be careful. One of the things about being careful is make sure you thin the ends down. Like any other piece, but it's especially helpful with slabs. Now I can make a flat bottom triangle or I can make a double pointed thing. Let's see. I should probably make a double pointed. Why? Because I don't think I have very many of those on video. And it seems to me like it would preserve more of the material. This is from my stash, my personal stash, not from the Knapping. And yeah, it was sent to me as a gift. Finally getting around to knapping it. I hesitated for a long time. I normally don't work slabs because they're tricky and they're stressful. They're not much fun in many cases. But the advantage is there's some really, really nice material that has been slabbed and is for sale, and many of those are reasonably priced because the seller can get a lot for each piece of rock that he has. Just slabs it up and you know, can still make good money even though each slab is not that much. In many cases. In some cases, they can't really sell it at a discount because the original rock is very expensive. Or it took a long time to dig it out of the ground if they're mining it. And it may have needed to be experimented with as far as heat treating. There may have been a lot of heat treat failures before they found the right heat. So that's expensive in terms of waste of material. So it's not always a good price, but it's pretty good, I think. Now you get issues like that sometimes, but that's normal. If you get a slab and it has an issue like that, don't worry about it. I mean, unless it's totally through the whole thing, then maybe you can get your money back or exchange it. Get a replacement or something. I know a lot of rock sellers will try to give you a replacement if the one that they sold you has a flaw or a major defect. I don't know if I am going to get a double point out of this. It looks like I'm going to get a regular triangular point. We'll see. There's some issues down in here. There's some really nice colors, but there's issues in the stone itself that are going to rear their ugly heads. So the square edge is removed. That's the first step. Now it's just like any other spall or biface or flake. I just attack it at random. But first I try to thin the ends down. So it's not totally random. All right. Ouchie. I got other pieces down here. I don't want to be bumping into them. Yeah, it flakes nicely, very nicely. Can I make arrowheads out of these little cruddies? Probably not. They're probably too small. Unless I start making miniatures, which is something that's still on the table. Once in a while I'll make a little miniature arrow. So I might save some of the debitage for miniature arrowheads. Oh yes. For a while there I was going to make 1/3 scale arrows and stuff. Bows and all those things in miniature. But didn't have time, and now I might have time if I can just get the video thing figured out. Get it to where my videos get lots of views. I mean, they get lots of views, but the kind that you can make a living from, I may have to do some other kinds of videos and mix them in with the Flintknapping. Yeah, the stone tool woodworking was one idea, but miniatures might be another one. Doesn't take up much room. Funny how that works, huh? The miniatures don't take up that much room. Yeah. I gotta be very careful. I cannot be taking shortcuts with this stuff, even though I want to. See, I'll try and take a shortcut on that edge and just randomly shoot flakes in, but it's gonna be temperamental. It's got inconsistencies, it's got little defects. Some of it's nice to nap, some of it down here is not nice to nap. It's got pockets of some stuff, weird stuff in it. It kind of looks like Bloodstone, right? Like that Bloodstone that I had before. Is that why they call it Bloodstone? Because it has little splotches of that red in it? Could be. I don't know. I looked it up when I made the other one, but I forgot everything that I learned about the Bloodstone. Anyway, I'll look it up again and I'll see what this is. I'll change the title of the video if I get it wrong. I think I'm just going to label it Fancy Jasper until I can figure out exactly what it is. Or if someone out there knows, they can tell me. That almost felt like it snapped in half. That was weird. I was thinking, oh dang. I'm going to get 2 points anyway. Yeah. But no, it didn't. It slipped. It just slid and it felt like it broke. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to have to nap a lot of this nasty stuff away, even though it's got good colors in it. I can't deal with it. I can't be including it in the final point with all these little internal cracks. It's going to be difficult to shape. I'll try to minimize the loss, but I'm going to have to lose some. I'll try to keep it as wide as possible, but I cannot guarantee. Sometimes the tips of the flakers get loose. That's what I'm checking for. I can feel it rattling around in there. So let's see. This can't be rattling. I don't know if you can't see it, right? But it's wobbly. If I twist it around, maybe. See, what you can't have wobbly or any kind of movement in these tips, because then it messes up your flaking. You didn't know that, huh? It was starting to mess with me. It was starting to mess with me and I didn't know what was going on. It's the tips getting loose. Oh yeah, it's tighter now. Dang it. Yep. I can remove some bigger flakes. Gotta watch it. See, that's the difference. Could just leave it as a biface and not make anything out of it, just a biface. Yeah. Sell it as a blade. Let somebody else mess with it. Yeah, just random stuff, as usual. Copper might be better on this, but the steel seems to be grabbing well on the edges. Yep. It does feel waxy, literally like wax. It looks waxy, but it also feels waxy. It can be good, it can be bad. It might not be a good thing because it seems like it would be easy to create a good platform, but then the platform's not strong enough. I'm finding out some of these platforms are not strong enough for what the flakes I want to remove. And there might be internal flaws that are going to mess me up. We'll see. It has nothing to do with being waxy, but the feel of a stone kind of influences how you grind the edges. You really should be paying attention to how it's flaking to determine how to grind it, but sometimes you can get a feel for the stone and you don't have to think so much. You could just get a feel for it and then instinctively know how much to grind by just tuning into it. Without actually analyzing the flakes. You can get a feel for the stone in general without analyzing each flake. But analyzing the flakes is a little bit better in terms of consistency. You can get consistent flaking if you just practice on what is making the kind of flake you want to make. Instead of just going ahead and napping the piece according to how it feels. It feels like I can remove a flake here, so I'll do that. It feels like this would be a good spot to do that without having to think about it too much. That's the way I like to do it. Not too much thinking. Unless I'm learning a new technique. Too much thinking a lot of times leads to disappointments. Because you know you should be doing it a certain way and you forget. I think your subconscious is better at remembering than your conscious mind. You forget everything. Oh no, you can't remember everything. You forget some things when you're consciously just thinking about it with every strike. It's hard to remember everything. Yeah, the hard part will be running long flakes on this side. But I think I can get it. It'll be more narrow here in a little while. It gets easier the more narrow it gets, the easier it is to flake across the piece. I said I was going to try not to make it too narrow. We'll see. I'll try. It's a lump there. I think it's a change in consistency. Yeah, I'm always afraid of those. Dang it. All right. I don't like it when flakes don't come off right away because of the incipients. All right. Are we learning the rules well? I know I get repetitious during the videos. I always mention incipient cracks. If you don't get a flake to remove the first time, you got to be careful, because it could mean that there's incipient cracks now in the spot where you hit, and the flake didn't remove. It looks perfectly harmless until you hit it again, or it might open up a crack when you hit somewhere else. Like if you have an incipient crack down here and you hit up here, it might open up, pop the end off. That kind of thing. Yeah, I reached the end of my comfort with the existing edges. I gotta regularize so I can, send in some flakes consistently to get rid of the original surface on that side. I pretty much flattened everything except for that lumpy area. It is still lumpy. I can run a flake here and then maybe one down here. I don't know. It does not pressure flake all that easily. That one that I made the pendant out of, it was much easier to pressure flake than this one. But it feels similar. Feels like a heat treat. Yep. Alrighty, let's see what we can do. Yeah, just snap it like anything else. Okay. I'm not going to try for a specific area. Where is the flake? Just going to nap like I normally nap it. And it's good that it's thick. The slab was originally relatively thick. That's refreshing, because I can really drive some flakes and not worry too much. Still gotta worry, still can't goof around with it, but it's not too bad. Good thing about flat surfaces, these flakes are wide. Yeah. The flakes that you can remove on a flat surface are wide, and that's what you need to remove the original surface. Need those flakes to be wide so you don't have to remove all that many. I have original surface there and there. With wide flakes, it doesn't take very many hits to get rid of the original surface, which is what I like. I like it. There's a little bit left in the center right there. And that's it. Not much left. All right. Everything else, there might be a little spot that just right there. And that's it. Yep. Okay, so it's like a regular biface now. Like it started out as a spall and not a slab. too much work if I want to keep it as a blade. Just the only work involved is how much thinning do I want to do. Yep. That little remnant left of the original surface isn't even that bad. I can't even see it unless I really look for it. Okay. I switched it out for the other flaker because the one I was using is a little bit too pointy. It's good for the final stages, but right now I need some bigger than final. Although, there it goes, Step Fracture City. I need to take a break. After this one, I'm going to take a little break. Hopefully, I'll be able to upload a bunch of videos overnight. I got to go somewhere tomorrow. I won't be able to nap too much tomorrow. But if I get back early enough, I can do some more night videos, just like tonight. Yeah. I'm debating on how much to mess with it. That's always the debate. How much do I mess with it? Well, it looks like I'm obviously going to go for another pass because I'm dulling all the edges. Yep. Can't resist. Gotta thin it down a little bit. A little bit more. Here we go. Here we go. And away we go. into chaos. The land of chaos. Somebody's messing with the lights on the porch. Luckily I got my own lights. Yep. Yeah, this stuff here, this is the problem. I'm going to see if I can tackle that area down near the base and thin it down. Once I get that tackled and out of the way, I think I'm going to be home free. We'll see how it goes. I'm not gonna push my luck here, but I've got to do something. It's a little bit too thick. Well, I'll take another chance, and if that's doesn't do it, that'll be it. Do another attack run. See if it does it. Still not done. Still have some options to try to thin that down. Have to modify the outline somewhat. Okay, come on. Yeah. That's slipping, slippery, which means poor edge quality. After you've done slipping all that time, you get lots of steps. Okay. My gloves are in bad shape. Hey, don't tell me it's already time for new ones. Some of you guys with headphones on can probably hear coyotes in the background. Yep. They're out tonight. Did it do it? It kind of did it. Yeah, it kind of did it, but it did it enough to where I don't want to mess with it anymore. Yeah. So no more thinning in that area. So it's just a matter of cleaning this up now. Try not to install any step fracturing. Focus, focus. Oops. No slipping. No slip-ups. There must be a reason why they call them slip-ups and not stumble-ups or something like that. Yeah, I might be able to push that one off. All right. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah. It's okay. It's all right. not like that. Maybe like that. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. I can't push off on that one. I don't know what I'm going to do. Yeah, I don't know. I really would like to get rid of most of that mess in there on the base. By working the base, and I can send in flakes. Just by changing the shape of the base. Maybe with the quarter notches too, I can do preliminary thinning, but I don't want to mess with it in that way. That's too tricky. A little bit too fancy. I'd rather just flake it off from the side if I can. Everywhere else naps really well. Just a little boogery spot. Did it do it? It did it. Yes, indeed. Lucky, lucky. It did it. Shot in from here into that area. So now I feel much better. Yep. It's a little bit wonky, but oh well. Not home free yet, so I still got to be careful. You never know, there could be an internal defect somewhere that can rear its ugly head while I'm pressure flaking. Yeah, it's not too bad. Still a little bit inconsistent, but it's not too bad. I got most of the trouble spots. This should be the last of the original surface. Maybe just a tiny bit left. That's it. And with that tiny bit, I don't need to do any more. That's tiny enough to ignore. Alright, seems like never ending contouring and damage control and shaping. It's probably because it's just a high risk item. Yeah, high risk item. Steps look kind of powdery when they get a step fracture. Okay, let's see. Let's get the copper. Maybe I don't have so much of that issue with the copper. Yeah, it looks okay. Some of you might be saying, sharpen it more, sharpen the pressure flaker more. I've heard that before. I might do it, but in most cases I don't need to. Let's see. All right. What's the advantage of having a sharp pressure flaker? You can get in there and press on platforms that are very difficult to reach, which makes it easier because it opens up your options. At least that's the way I see it. It might be a different reason. Concentration of force allows longer flakes, but I see it as a way to get into those platforms that are difficult with a more rounded tip. Gives you more options. Okay. Now I'm just messing with it. Why do I say I'm messing with it? It's because I'm taking a chance and using bold flakes to try to thin it down. And it worked all right. It's okay. Yeah, typical problem with night napping. I can't see. Normally it's not too much of a problem, but sometimes the lamps aren't right or something's up. Color of the stone, perhaps. See, there's a little boogery area right there. I think. Yeah. Although, I don't know. I don't know if it improved it at all. Let's see. I'm hitting the pad with the front of the flaker, so I just got a step fracture. Yeah, I don't want to mess with it too much. I'm leaving it kind of thick at the tip, but it's messing with me. It's messing with me because I usually thin down the tips more in this direction. But I'm leaving it thick so that it doesn't break on me. And I would do that off camera as well. On some pieces, I just don't want to risk snapping them. I don't want to be too aggressive. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to get the edge any more pretty than that. Yeah, that's enough. It's enough messing with it. Yeah, there are some areas that looks like I can push on them, but I can't. Yeah, I think that's good enough. I'm not going to push my luck anymore. right? I'm going to finish up here. If I see something I can do easily, no problem. Take care of the symmetry. I think it is a bloodstone. So I'll label it as a bloodstone. Little wonky. It's kind of thin there, kind of thick there. And the base is a little bit wonky, but that's it. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. It's nice and sharp. The tip looks like it's all right. Yep. This is bringing back some deja vu. I think I remember doing one like this in the past. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it. Let's see. Nice colors. Very nice colors in this one. All right.